going to try this a fourth or fifth time. I'm really not too sure, but the take I did have was so terrible and rambly and confusing it was almost unusable. So I thought, let's just re-record. The upsides of MS. There isn't one. Zero. I got nothing. Well, I do, but nothing good. I'm 1 year into the madness that is this, and I am tired of support groups. I've been in and out of them, and a lot of them ask similar questions. What's the upside? What do you appreciate more now that you have MS? You would see the typical answers. I'm closer with my family, or God, or Allah, or Jesus is saving me, or going to turn this prosthetic hip into pure bone, which I'm still pretty confused on. I don't doubt God's power, but I don't think he really cares that much. I also hear the ones, I appreciate the smaller things in life, like baked bread, banana bread, cookies. I don't appreciate those more. I now know who my friends are. I got MS, my friends abandoned me, blah 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 blah. MS isn't the reason your friends abandoned you. They were either D-bags or you were. Why do I have eating bad shellfish? Is this just past Joe screwing with me? I would do that to future me, so yeah, I think so. You can also appreciate the small things, who your friends are, by just having a chronic illness, depression, anxiety, pain. Wait, I had those beforehand. Yeah, they didn't change anything either. What MS has brought me is a legitimate reason to not go to work. I don't have to work again. Nobody expects me to work again. Nobody expects me to walk. So work is obviously not going to happen. But I do like having a legitimate reason that I don't have to try and justify to family, friends, or the cat. It also gives me a legitimate reason to sleep all hours of the day. I can sleep till 3 in the afternoon, 5 in the evening. Nobody bats an eye. I can stay up till 6 in the morning. Nobody bats an eye. I have MS. I do suffer from day-night reversal and horrible night sweats and pain and MS, so it's happening anyways, might as well just roll with it. Another thing that MS has given me is a crippling, horrified realization that this is only going to get worse. That Tysabri might slow things down, should make things easier, might get me better. Everybody with MS goes into remission, relapse, whichever one where you start going progressive. I'm lucky I'm not primary progressive. I will be secondary progressive at some point, which means the nursing home is in my future. Crappy care aids are in my future. Boring TV, bad bingo are in my future. And that brings us to, why did I need MS to realize all the small things and that I was going to end up in a nursing home at the end of the day? My entire family has had crappy run-ins for years. Outside of my own shenanigans of breaking hips and getting lost on subways in downtown Toronto, I've got children with all their own amazingly complex issues. I have nephews with their amazingly complex issues. I didn't need MS to realize something was bad or good because I've already run into the chaos, the nightmares. There's a reason I live close to my family. I got incredibly lucky that my parents didn't die young. My mother lost her parents when she was 22. My wife lost her father at a very young age. I didn't. I'm pushing 37, 40, whatever I am. My parents are both still alive, and healthy would be an overstatement, but they're not in horrible health. They're not dying tomorrow. Or maybe they are. I truthfully have no idea any of this works. Kind of thankful my kids are as healthy as they can be. But again, I don't need MS for that. MS does make me realize that it could have been worse. I could have missed trips to BC and Vancouver and getting lost on subways and Legoland adventures. I was there. I was able to take part. I'm not now. Another really cool thing that I have going for me is I probably married my soulmate. I say probably because how do you really know without just knowing? And I know. I assume she knows. Truthfully, I don't know how anybody knows. But I got lucky. I found her at a young age. We hooked up young. We were 20-ish when we got married, and life rolled from there. It was great. Not saying MS made me appreciate that more, but I was lucky to find them before it all hit. Kids are getting older, marriage is rocking along, and everything could be worse, I guess, which is a statement I hate. So, now we're on to the real question. What is MS giving me that I am actually grateful for, actually because of MS? Well, again, nothing, but I look forward to watching YouTube at night and screwing around when nobody's around. It's kind of a quiet time. I have found who my friends really are. Some dude was pissed off at me and I didn't even know we weren't friends anymore. Didn't even know we weren't talking anymore. That was a surprise visit. Hey buddy, I'm dying of MS. Oh yeah, we're not talking anymore. If you want to be friends, maybe we can clear the air. I'm good. I'm thankful I don't have to do yard work. Nobody's gonna say I have to cut the grass, trim the weeds, crawl up into the tree. I do. Usually against my wife's better judgment, but I do. I'm thankful I don't have to do housework. Outside of the fact that I loved housework, and I still think it's one of the most fun and rewarding tasks anybody can do, I'm kind of thankful I don't have to worry about sweeping the floor, washing the dishes, keeping caught up on laundry, cutting the dog's hair. These are all kind of nice things I don't have to do. I miss them. I'm not upset I don't have to do them. I'm really happy MS has given me a chance to make a YouTube channel where I get to ramble pointlessly at future me. Hi Joe. Future me is usually shocked by and horrified by the things I've done to him, but he also appreciates it. We often wear red tank tops, so future me might be wearing a red tank top now. I've been given nothing but time to think. Blessing, curse, whatever it is, it's kinda nice to be able to just sit there and completely imagine a world run by horses at the same technological level we're at. What would it be like? My next big theory will be how Aquaman would actually be able to survive on water, because his skin would be used to a certain moisture content, so when he's out of water, his skin would dry out incredibly fast, so he'd have to be moisturizing at all times. Gonna have to think about this a whole lot. Strictly because of MS, what am I thankful for? I now know a ton about MS. The causes, the lack of causes, the correlations, the treatments. I know people with MS. I've never even considered what kind of crazy shit show they're going through, and now I know. I've gained a new interest in PML and the JC virus. These are things I would have never in 1,000 years cared about before MS. Now I know the JC virus is fascinating. Fascinating that could be what finally does me in, or PML, or any other secondary illnesses. Respiratory illnesses are on average 2 times a year for people with MS. I've never had a respiratory illness. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll get to be on a ventilator, which probably won't be fun, but it'll be fun to look back on. I'm all about the new experiences. I appreciate my nurses. The ones who get the IV on the first stick, the ones who chat and make the time go by quickly, the ones who actually have a knowledge about MS and have been dealing with it for years. Kinda cool to have them. I'm thankful for that, strictly because of MS. Complete fascination with Tysabri. How does it stop my immune system from entering my central nervous system, but still keep the bad crap out, and still let other things in? It's just, I can parrot the words back, but I'll never understand it. Still very interesting. Now, in the end, I find MS has made me interested in a few things, given me very little, and it has come down to one of two things. A, I was aware of a lot of this without MS, who my friends really were, what my life was like, how good I had it. Or B, I just don't care. If I didn't have MS, why would I care about anything that has to do with MS? The viruses, anything. It just didn't matter. Again, very therapeutic.